Okay, welcome to the class orientation for Advanced Chemistry and Research. I am your teacher, Mrs. Ruby P. Labastida. Alright, so I would like to begin with a short introduction. If you wonder um, what kind of teacher am I, I'm gonna give you my attributes. Alright, so authority, high level mastery, high level patience, not so much friendliness, high level as well. All right, so those are my attributes. So if you're playing ML or AOV, I think you're familiar with these bars. Okay, so let's proceed with the next one. Okay, so for today, I would like to discuss about the following: class agreement or rules and regulations, the course outline for the first quarter, grading system, requirements to my class, class project or I mean project for for you guys for the first quarter, and groupings, research groupings specifically, and also the appointment of class secretary. All right. So before I proceed, let me just yeah, because mhm, let me just play. There you go. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so for the first agenda, which is about the class agreement, these are the following synchronous class basic rules. Okay, so you have to join the class meeting at least 5 minutes before the time. I'm gonna post the link in the Google Classroom or enable the Gmeet link in the Google Classroom ahead of time. Alright, probably an hour or 30 minutes before the time, so that you can get inside the class even I'm not yet there. Okay? So just to be sure, please be in our Gmeet at least 5 minutes before the time. Okay? Of course, second, you have to mute your microphone upon entering the classroom. Okay? But you don't need to mute your microphone all the time. Okay? When it's your turn to answer, you can unmute yourself. Okay? Number three, keep your camera on during the class. Okay? Because this is for me to check if you are still in my class and you are listening attentively. Okay, now number four, recording the session is not allowed, but you may take screenshots of the lecture for your personal use only. Okay, so recording or downloading, right, the class session is not allowed. So probably there will be times that I'm gonna be posting the class session on a separate platform. Okay? And you're not allowed to download or record. Okay? Because we have to abide with the data privacy law. Okay, for you guys, because most of you are minors. So number five, questions will be entertained after the teacher finish discussing the lesson. So I don't want to entertain questions while discussing the lesson because probably it will be answered along the way. Okay, so these are the basic synchronous class rules. So let's proceed with other agreement aside from those rules. So number one, attendance. Okay, so your attendance will be checked both in the synchronous and asynchronous classes. So for the synchronous class, it will be checked via Google Meet attendance or screenshots. For the asynchronous classes, the attendance will be checked out uh, through the outputs that you will submit to me. Okay, so for example, so this is just an example. As you know, Monday is the day when we will have our synchronous class. Okay, so of course the attendance is via screenshot or Gmeet attendance. For Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we have asynchronous classes. So therefore, the only way for me to check your attendance is through your submitted outputs. For example, for Tuesday, I posted a link for the Tuesday class. Okay, and then that is a link for an activity sheet. So you have to answer that and submit the activity sheet within 24 hours. Okay, so if I posted at 7 p.m., after 24 hours, you have to complete that. Okay, so, or submit that to me. Okay, I will only close the submission after 24 hours upon posting. Okay, so that is one example for Tuesday activity sheet. Let's say for Wednesday, I posted a quiz in Google Form. Okay, so you're given again another 24 hours. So as long as you can submit within 24 hours, your attendance will be recorded for that day. Okay, for Thursday, let's say I did not ask you to do anything or to answer anything, but I ask you to read something. Okay, in those cases, you just have to fill up a Google form for your attendance, and I will give the link as well for that. And let's say another example, on Friday I decided to let you submit the research output. So within 24 hours, you have to submit it. Okay, so that's for the attendance. I hope everything is clear for that part. Let's proceed with the class participation. So what will be our agreement on this one? You have to actively participate in all type of classes, whether it's synchronous or asynchronous. Okay, for synchronous, of course, I can always call your name and ask you a question to know if you're listening or studying or still learning. For asynchronous classes, of course, you can still participate, right? Through the activities and outputs that I'm asking from you. Assessments, you will be assessed both in synchronous and asynchronous classes, and cheating in any form will not be tolerated. With this one, I will heavily rely on your honesty. Okay? Because, honesty is the best policy. Announcements. I don't want you to check the Google Classroom 24 hours a day, right? So, I would like you to check the classroom for announcements every day, starting from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Okay, so probably I'm gonna be posting some links, announcement, or activities at this hour. Okay, so you may check only at 7 to 8 p.m. And other concerns, let's say you've got internet problems, the solution to that will be alternate platforms. So you have to inform me via Messenger, FB Messenger, or group chat. You have to inform me if you have internet problems, so that I will do anything I can to help you with that. Probably I can send you some link, alright, that you can work on offline, something like that. Okay? Offline ones downloaded, of course. Alright, let's proceed with the next one. Course outline. So this is the course outline for the first quarter. I would like you to please pay attention to this part, because of course we need to be focused on these topics all throughout the first quarters. Also, we are protecting our curriculum, so please do not share or send this video to anyone. Do not download, do not record. You may take your screenshots, or you may take screenshots for your personal use only. Okay, so the first quarter, there you go. I'm not gonna read it. I will allow you to just screen through this. Okay. Still first quarter. There you go. And first quarter. And last part of the first quarter. So if you notice, there are topics that were already discussed during your previous chemistry lessons, and that is okay because that is part of our curriculum. So most likely it's just like a review for the first quarter of the fundamentals, of the fundamental principles. And the reason for that is because if the foundation is weak, we cannot move on to second or third or fourth quarter properly. So that's the first quarter for you. Let's proceed with the grading system. I think this was discussed during the school orientation. 50% written works and 50% performance task. However, since the course subject is advanced chemistry and research, we're gonna divide it into lecture part and research part, or advanced chemistry part, that is a 50% written works and 50% performance task, and for the research part, that is also 50% written works and 50% performance task. Now, if it is divided into two, what is the percentage of each? Advanced chemistry part is 70% and research part is 30%. That's it. Requirements. Your requirements in my class are the following. You have outputs, of course, outputs during synchronous classes, and of course, on outputs on your asynchronous classes. Attendance. Make sure that you're gonna monitor your own attendance, right? Because I will not remind you about your absences. Okay? Research. Even though it is only virtual, you will still do your research. You will still have your research congress. Alright? Now I'm going to discuss to you about the project for the first quarter. So today is October 5. The first week of classes, you're going to submit the project on the seventh week of the first quarter. Okay, so let me just do something from my end. Alright. Okay, so let me show you. Oops. Okay, let me show you an example of the project last year. So now that I think about it, I think this is not last year. I think it's from 2016 probably. Well, anyway, let me show you another example. Okay, this is another example for the chemical powered toy car project.
Last try na. Ibig sabihin nila yung kay... Wala talaga cook na ng brain. Shake, shake, shake. Oh my God! Move it, move it, move it, move it, move it. Oh my God, it smells so bad. Oh my God, it smells so bad.
Alright, that's it. Okay. Now, for the groupings, for your research, I decided that you can choose whether you want to be solo or you want by pair or be in a pair or be in a triad. So you have to talk with your classmate about this. Find your pair, find your group mates in a triad, and then submit your names to me via link. I will post a link in our Google Classroom where you can type in your name in a specific category such as individual, pair, or triad. Alright, time for the appointment of the class secretary. Since I do not know you yet, therefore, I will choose the class secretary based on my randomizer. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so the class secretary Not yet. The class secretary for, let's have first, mm, mostly. We have, let's start, let's go. Villahin John Francis M. Okay, so Villahin John Francis M., you are the official class secretary of Ten Mosley. Now, what is your task? Your task actually is to just remind your classmates in a group chat um, of the things that they need to accomplish, such as the activity or quiz or something like that. Also, it is your task to make a group chat for 10 mostly, including me. Alright? So that's it for now for 10 mostly. Let's proceed with 10 Newton. Okay, let me just escape this presentation. Mm-hmm. For a while. Mm-hmm. It's still 10 mostly. The right click function is not. Alright. The right click function is not working. Let me close this. Okay, open it again. Yeah, it's not working. Close it. Open. Something is wrong. Well, anyway, so I'm just gonna announce the secretary for 10 Newton. Okay? So, that's it. That's the last part. Okay. So, I hope this video helped you with the orientation for advanced chemistry and research. So that's it. Goodbye. Bye-bye. See you in the class.